It's a good ball played in for Tony Morley. Oh, he missed it! It is! He's away! Villa in the lead!
Guys, good evening, Aston Villa fans, and welcome to the Villa Forever podcast. I am your host, Chad Williams. Please subscribe to the channel. Help me get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the season. Give me a follow on all socials. Give me a follow on TikTok. Give me a follow on Spotify. Give me a follow on Apple. Amazon Music. Smash the likes on this video. Let's spread awareness of doing shit with conditions. This evening, I'm joined by a special guest, Luke, who's previously been on before. Luke from the Not In My Lifetime podcast. We will be doing the match preview. Manchester City versus Aston Villa on Sunday. Aston Villa are on the beach and will still be celebrating after their Europa League triumph in Istanbul against Freiburg. Aston Villa go into this game with everything done and dusted, nothing to play for. However, for Manchester City, it's a very emotional day for them, as it will be Pep Guardiola's final game in charge after a very successful 9-year tenure, winning many trophies. Please do the show, Luke, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Chad. I'm good. Thank you for having me on again. It's good to be back on again. I'm sort of looking at City versus Villa. Yeah, it'll be a very emotional game. Obviously, no final day madness like last time both teams were playing each other. When they were going to League Liverpool, but that's our own fault. And we'll get into that later on. We'll discuss that later on about where we've been this season. I mean, it's still been a good season. Two domestic cups with a team and tradition is a brilliant season.
The FA Cup.
FA Cup, Carabao Cup. I mean, for me, right, I know for our standards where we've been recently, you obviously you want the Champions League, Premier League, but this team, I think, the fact that they pushed Arsenal to May is impressive by how mad we've been. Champions League is a whole different story because, again, it wasn't really the target this year anyway. But for me, Sunday, obviously, I'll be at the game Sunday. It's going to be emotional to say goodbye to not just obviously Pep, but Bernardo Silva and John Stones.
It's a new era.
It is. Enzo Maresca, and I've got people will think that's a bit of a small name, but considering how big Pep's been in England for the past 10 years, Enzo Maresca's also won stuff for Chelsea at the Club World Cup and the Conference League. I think he's won stuff recently where he can come in and do a good job. I think he'll do well with us.
That's funny, Luke, as well. He looks like Pep Guardiola a little bit.
He does, yeah. Ball manager.
Yeah, it's all meant to be. So, just on both teams, it's a bit like different emotions. But we're on the back of the Europa League win. But also you got all that about you said about the players moving on, also Guardiola moving on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I actually don't know what to expect on Sunday. Which way it could go.
So I think if it was us final day against you, I think we need to win the game to win the league. I think we're probably beating you. Not saying we'd have back you. You've been like, right, okay, like Champions League qualified anyway in the top four, and that's secured now. So if you lose, it doesn't matter anyway. Because either way, you're anyway. But because it's a weird one. I think knowing us, when we're on it, we're a great team, but. This season, we've had our moments and our issues. Just going forward, we're not consistent. Obviously, we've got Haaland, the best striker, other people will say in the world. With Kane, that's a debate in itself. But I think, considering how great he's been, obviously, despite having 3 months off without producing any goals at that point, to get what almost 30 league goals is still insane. So
well.
yeah, it's crazy. But I think for you though, like Passion, I think the fact that you've done your job already, like you've already won the Europa League, you got top 4, like whatever you've done with that team is a bit incredible. And I think I imagine whether he does leave, be it in years to come, whatever, he'll leave a legend in the club of what he's done for you guys.
Okay. So talking about actually about the Europa League, so Luke, how did you feel that when Man City won their first trophy, like in years, like, obviously because it's 30 years since we obviously went, but now it's like it's ending now. The way it's ending now.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, I remember I remember the FA Cup. Obviously, I'm 26, so I'm for me, obviously, I wasn't there. Like I've got friends who are in the 40s and 50s who support City that have seen the long years without a trophy before the FA Cup win in 2011. But I remember when we won it. It was incredible feeling to win that. And I think obviously the league itself was to win it the way we did against Fergie as well. Fergie's United team, when sort of got one over Fergie.
Yes.
I think that itself, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling, and I'm happy you guys won it.
Emery now, he set the standard for it. Because once you win one trophy, there's an expectation for Emery and the players building up to. To me, it's incredible what you achieved in that short space of time, really.
Mm. Yeah, and don't get me wrong, right? Yeah, we spent money, of course we have, but the thing is, we don't really spend massive amounts of money on players. People think we do, we really don't. Like apart obviously Grealish, which obviously we got from you guys. Who I would say he had a successful time. He won a treble and that kind of stuff, but I think he could have been a lot better. And maybe under Maresca, someone different, he might have been a different kind of player. But I'll always respect and love Jack for what he did for us in that treble season because without him, we don't win Champions League or Premier League that year. So for the money we paid for him, it probably isn't worth it in terms of stats, but for what he brought in terms of the team spirit and to get ourselves in the line, worth it in my eyes. But yeah.
So when you win trophies, to create memories, to build up trophies, but people don't remember you. So you get remembered by a trophy. You get a legacy then.
Well, I've got fan members who are Newcastle fans who won the Carabao Cup last year, and they were buzzing with that. Like there's so many teams recently that have won their first trophies in however long. It's great to see because although people can look down at something like the Conference League, Europa League, right? It gives teams a chance to go for it. Like Bournemouth next year, they get Europa League, or even Champions League out of nowhere. Because I think if you finish,
it's crazy. All the European permutations. 9 teams that can be in Europe,
which shows that for a league that's been quite bad, apparently. Well, to be fair, I think in terms of like the top teams being good, hasn't been great, but for competitiveness overall, brilliant. Brentford deserve Europe this year. So did Brighton. Bournemouth do as well. I think it's great because people gone about the prime Barclays era, and I get it, like Blackburn and that, and Portsmouth and that, and Southampton and that. But again, they're all great clubs in their own right. But I want competition because I want the best teams. I want all these teams at the bottom to start getting better, so you push the league to get better and better. That's what you want, like because I don't want to like 5-0 wins every week. It's boring. You obviously it's great when it happens, but you want to earn that.
Oh yeah. You can see actually for Seymour's in the comments for getting drunk at the parade. For a lot of other fans make the most of it. These occasions don't come around often. So maybe that's nice. I was hungover as well.
I don't blame you, mate. I mean, Istanbul, we won the UCL treble year. Like, the amount of people that were drunk after that. It doesn't matter when you win a trophy. A European one, but a European trophy is in itself. Obviously, you won the UCL.
Silverware.
Yeah, obviously you won the UCL, but for you,
Yes.
that's years and years ago. It's now
Yep.
that matters, and that Europa League will live in your memories. Like because I watched it Villa on Soul. I watched Max's
Yeah.
his
Great
vlogs,
content.
vlogs. And look, I watch him, Pieface, and obviously the guys do all the stuff for their own clubs and that. And when I watched that, I thought it reminded me of Istanbul for us. I thought, yeah,
Yeah.
I get that, and yeah, you want my money, but it's not about that for us fans. Like for myself, obviously, I've seen a lot better times than I've been people who are older than me. But remember, like it's '99, we were in League One, Championship.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So City were like, oh, City will be good. No,
It's
like
not
you know
good.
what?
Look at me. 10 years ago, we were relegated.
Yeah, you
Not
were.
where we are. Not where we are now.
Look at Leicester. Leicester City won the Premier League 10 years ago, and they're in League One this year.
Yeah, football can change really quickly.
Southampton were in the Europa League or Champions League the same season, and then now they're Spygate's a whole different thing, but you know what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
football. Football could change a lot in 10 years. A lot can happen in 10 years.
So Luke, I was going to ask you. So what are you expecting from Sunday?
For me, look, I'm going there more just to celebrate. You know, look, I don't care what people say. Some people in my fan base will get angry they won the league. I get it. Like I want to win the league as well. Yeah, we're in that fight. You want to win it, of course you do. It's gutting because this is our first title race that we haven't won, which by the way is crazy. Everyone we've been in since 2012, we've won apart from this one because obviously first we're throwing it away. But I feel like you learn more from failing than you do from winning anyway. You learn more from failing because you know what to do.
Last season, when Liverpool won the Premier League, just last season.
Exactly. So I think for me, right, I'm going to celebrate 2 trophies. You know, again, it doesn't matter how big they are, right?
Still a good season.
Yeah, I'm taking it because Pep's last year, to win a double his last year with a team that's been a lot of change, a lot of movement in and out of the squad. I'm going to celebrate that massively because and the players have been unbelievable. So I'm going to celebrate. After you as well.
Right, it feels good. I know you guys feel. Feels amazing.
Yeah,
I know how you guys feel.
Yeah, because the thing is, people will say, "Oh, but for a club of your stature, you should be." I said at the start of the year, I said we'll get second in a trophy because I thought because you can't really win a league instantly after having a mentally destroyed team. The team mentality after the Bournemouth game, you can see the faces of the players, like Rodri and Haaland, that they were gutted, but they were angry, and like they're going to use that next season to go win. I reckon next year we'll win the league next year with Maresca. I think because Arsenal are a good team, but Arsenal aren't this great, unbelievable team. They've been the most consistent team out of everyone at the top because again, at one point you were up there, but I always thought it's a good team, but we're not. You haven't got the quality around the squad because you got good players, undoubtedly good players, but you haven't got the quality across the entire pitch, which is the issue for you guys in the title race. But,
experience.
Like Watkins has been phenomenal, but I think long term, striker long term, like a young striker. Like because I thought it'd been Duran, but then he went to Saudi.
Well, Emery in the summer said he's going to make the squad like a younger squad. That's
I think
what he's looking for the next season.
Well, it's like us, mate. Like we've got a younger squad now. Obviously, we've got a spine of Donnarumma, Diaz, Vardy, Rodri, Shirky, Foden, and Hart, which is a great spine of a team there that you can build out of. But Haaland and Foden are the senior players now in that team. They're quite young still. So I think he's right to do that. Like experience is one new stuff, but now you've got to bring through the next generation of players to sort of UCL on that. I agree with that.
I'm talking to the youngsters. I wonder if you should play the kids or the youngsters against you guys on Sunday. Like, they've got nothing to play for.
Because if you win, you're still what? Still fourth, probably.
The only thing we are playing for is for the extra position. But Champions League's done. Like, the Europa League one, so what happens? That we're in the Champions League anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And well, I think if you lose to us, and if you go, I think fifth, I can't remember where I think Bournemouth get UCL. I can't remember how that works. I've got to work out the permutations. But although I think Bournemouth, though, if they get UCL, they can't play at their ground. They'll have to play at St Mary's Stadium, which is ironic. But because I think so, because obviously because that ground's quite small still. It's still a small ground.
Stadium, yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm surprised. I thought surely by now that club's big enough to at least bigger ground, surely, because they get fans a lot now. So I don't know, but yeah.
The Villa fans now be partying on Sunday, and also
yeah,
I think we should play the likes of Bizot, Bogart, the likes of Ibra and Ross Barkley.
Yeah,
players like that.
Well, we'll play obviously. I think is that O'Reilly obviously been a massive player for us this season. Nico Ryan's been a phenomenal player for us this season.
You'll go strong.
Well, I think we should. Last game, right? Just get everyone out there, like get Vardio out there, get Diaz, get the full team out there, and then look. Next season's team will be a different team. I'm not saying it'll be a whole different team. It'll still be a relevantly new team. But I think Maresca coming in obviously will be a whole. I think it'll be a different City team. I think it'll be a different City team play style as well. I think you might. Yeah, I reckon with Pep going, much it will be a sad. It will be a drop off. I think Maresca will bring a bit of a different style change, which will probably help the squad out a bit forward. But yeah, it'll be a very weird game Sunday. I agree on that one.
And do you think that it'd be risky playing the youngsters against you guys? Don't you think it's a good idea?
Well, to be honest with you, right? I mean, last 8 games are weird anyway. Like sometimes you can lose at homes like Norwich 3-2. What happened to us years ago? Like sometimes you can lose a game to like a relatively smaller team compared to you, but it can happen. Obviously, if we win, cool. But title's gone anyway. I think if we go into it knowing we had to win the game to win the league and Palace could get a result out as Arsenal, then it's a whole different, because then in that way that's going to be one of the most intense, because you know it yourself, right? Having listened to on the phone at Selhurst, it's a shame it's not that, because I think it would have been a whole different game. But
I remember actually, like the game in 24, when we qualified for the Champions League, Crystal Palace beat us 5-0. So to me, I don't mind us losing. We need to have some discipline. I think it's not too embarrassing.
Yeah, no, I agree on that. I think at the end of the day, right? Obviously, you want your team to go out there and sort of put a good count themselves. But I think you're all focused on that parade, though. I mean, I'm the same. You know, I'm
still drunk.
Yeah, like I'm going to celebrate a Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and watch watch great matches that I've seen in my club. You know, celebrate his career. That's what I'm going to do. Arsenal fans waffle about them. Look, let them go over the top. And look, well done. They deserve the league, but their fan base are just so ridiculously stupid. They focus on the wrong things all the time. Like, I get it, right? You're obviously probably the best team in the league statistically. But let's be honest here, right? Like the way they act, right? I'm like, well done, you won the league in a year where no one's really been that good. I mean,
the thing is, it's going to Sunday. Everything's changed now, because you drew against Bournemouth, so it's not a title decider. When we thought it could have been. But
it's a shame.
Now Arsenal won the league.
Yeah, but as I said, man, I think at this point now I'm kind of like, look,
they're not bottle jobs.
They're not, no. And people say that we are, but I'll be honest with you, right? Like, I think after the Arsenal game when we were beaten 2-1, we should have beaten Everton. That Everton game was like, no. Like, if you're losing it against Tieno Barry, then you're not ready. Sorry.
It cost you, that did. The draw cost you.
Everton are not a bad team, by the way, but you should be beating Everton at their place. We should be, but that's like going to Villa Park. That point, it's different going to Everton right now aren't that team. They will be at some point, maybe under a different manager, a better style of play. But me going to Villa Park under Emery, having to fight there to get a win, it's different to me going to Everton under David Moyes. Like it's different.
Big difference.
Yeah. So, but that's the thing, though, mate. These games, Brighton home and away. Herschler's got Pep's number for the last 4 games against him. There's certain teams that they haven't beaten, and like if we had beaten Brighton twice, we won the league.
Don't think we've got the red man record at the Etihad.
Well, see, us at Villa Park recently, I haven't won, have we? In the last 3 years? Is it 1-0
That's it,
wins?
That's
Yeah,
it. So, yeah, we've got a good record as well. Yeah.
well, that's why. Well, I will say, I hope Spurs go down because that means that's for us. That's good.
Yeah.
I'd say if Spurs go down this season, that would be crazy. It would be crazy if Tottenham go
So,
down.
I mean, Spurs in the Championship, imagine.
Tottenham away at Lincoln City next season.
So, we're going to the next football game play. So, I'll get your predicted lineup.
Of
The
course.
Man City will face Villa on Sunday. Just get it on the screen. For some reason, it's not working at the moment, actually.
All right.
So just try again, guys. I will fix it, yeah, but I will check. I'm not sure it's good. Oh no, it's not working. The one thing is that I'll talk about a different talking point for that. We'll come back to that one.
No worries.
So, we're talking about Guardiola. Do you think Guardiola will stay at Manchester? Sorry, I messed with this. Sorry, mate. My notes got wrong. You go to the next one. You're going to talk about actually Emery actually instead. So, there was a lot of speculation surrounding Emery wanting to sign Rashford. Again, what do you make of that?
Oh, that is a weird one. I mean, Rashford to me is a weird player because you can tell he has the ability to be a great player, but I think sometimes it just doesn't really cook. So it doesn't sort of click. It doesn't click It doesn't click enough. Like where it's every season. He has 1 or 2 good seasons, and suddenly he has a bad season where it falls off. Now Barcelona has done really well. It would be incredible where it's due, but it's Barcelona with Yamal and Rafinha. Like I'm not being funny here, but like if he didn't do well there, then there's issues. But I think for me, get someone better than Rashford, someone younger, someone who's like maybe like a young player from like
Yeah.
like. Do you know what it is, right? There's a few good players up there in Europe right now that are good young players coming through.
Don't sort Serie A or somewhere.
There's a player called Mika Götze at Ajax. He's been one of the best Belgian players.
Oh, yes, Eredivisie you got as well, yeah.
Yeah, like Eredivisie is good for some players like that. I know obviously you've got players like Rodgers and that, but someone like that who's a young prodigy you can bring forward and sort of develop into that player. Then I think it's well worth doing because I think your team definitely isn't far away from being a consistent Champions League team. Like I think because unlike Newcastle, like you don't really sort of up and down. Like you're always in Europe.
Emery.
Exactly. And I think whereas Newcastle, Eddie Howe for me is done. Eddie Howe's done at Newcastle. I think if Newcastle want to be a consistent Champions League team, Eddie Howe must go. How's Baltimore?
The third is that he's took them.
Joe, one player I think would do well for you under Emery is Baltimore. He's a brilliant striker, but he doesn't play him. He's a tall, quick striker, holds the ball up well at other players, like Holland does for us anyway. He's someone that he'd be great because he can score goals as well. I don't know why Newcastle don't play him enough because he's so good. It's weird.
But Marcus Rashford, to me, it's his wages. Because with the PSR being an issue, so I did say that Rashford has got higher wages, so that's another thing, like, will we actually pay for those wages? Because we need to bring down that wage bill.
Do you know what it is, right? He's like Sancho. Jadon Sancho, I know a lot about, because he came from our academy at the same time as Brahim Diaz and Phil Foden. Now, Brahim Diaz, obviously, a player that's been very up and down in his career, but he's still been a decent player, I think, overall. Foden, we know Foden. Like, yeah, this is not as good, but we all know how good he can be. Phil Foden, but Sancho for me, and so Rashford, but they're players that have done good things, but they haven't done it consistently enough of their career. And their wages are way too high for them.
Yeah, the wages are a problem. For me, look, with the younger players, for me, look, Marcus Rashford, look, how old is he now? He's like he's not reaching it up past his peak there.
No, I don't think he will, because I just think that he's been
Yeah,
egotistical as well. I think the ego. I think as a person, he's a nice person, Rashford. I like him as a person. He's a really lovely person, Rashford. But on the pitch is different to off the pitch. That's the difference, I think. And like on the pitch, he's not up there for me. That's the issue.
yeah. For the only what I didn't like about Rashford was that Emery did improve it. If it wasn't for Unai Emery, just he probably wouldn't have performing it that well in Barcelona.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, massively agree. I'll ask you: do you see Sancho staying at Villa this season?
No, I don't think he'll stay. For me,
No.
like, Emery, like, he wants players with consistency. Doing it on Sancho, like, he shows flashes of brilliance, but he don't do it week in, week out.
No, he doesn't, and that's why he won't. Yeah, so that's why you won't actually see him like at the top level. I think that's why Sancho won't ever be in a World Cup squad again, because it's not up
Yeah,
here. He's too much of a. He jumps from
yeah,
even at Dortmund. Dortmund is
yeah,
probably his best form he ever did. Haaland
yeah.
and Bellingham. But what
And
happened?
Chelsea, and Man United, they underperformed there as well.
Yeah, and that's why I think the players like Sancho and Rashford will always be what if players. What if they weren't so up themselves? What if they weren't so focused on the media? Well,
Yeah,
they just had the right people around them. Like, I'm mean, Foden's not been consistent at times. Foden's had the right people around him to help him out, and that's probably why. And like you as young players, you need the right people around you to guide you through. And
yeah,
I never had that, sadly.
yeah. Unai Emery, he likes certain players that he can develop, uh, get like, sort of like a project. Yeah, Emery likes players that he can work on as a project. Yeah, some don't work out, but most of Unai Emery's projects have worked.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I think I think in the summer, like I think Villa, well, I think for yourselves now, you have to go big on
Yeah,
on the squad now. I think of it now that you're
yeah,
in UCL again, your squad's good, but I think you need to
yeah.
up the levels of certain
Squad
players. So
depth.
squad depth, even the first team, couple of players that are world class
Yeah,
quality in there, because you know it yourself, right? Like you aren't there to make up numbers. You are there to compete. Because again, last time, if it wasn't for Donnarumma,
yeah,
who's at my club now, by the way, you probably would have won that tie, because PSG were
yeah.
on the ropes. And bear in mind, PSG are a great team, by the way. There's no dispute how good PSG
Only
are.
the top goalkeeper.
And problem is, Chad, in our fan base, right? Just our fan base are full of people that just think that if we could go for
Mhm.
Trafford only over, because he's
Yeah.
way better. Which, by the way, I love
Well,
Trafford, by the way.
we've been linked with him.
Trafford, do you know what it is with Trafford, right? People go say, "Oh, he's world class." He's not. He's great. He's really good, but
All right.
do you know what it is, right? He's a brilliant young keeper that will get better and better
Yeah,
for England, and he'll be England's number one
yeah.
in the next Euros and the World
But
Cup.
he's
But
not world class though.
no, he's not. That's fine. He's what, 22 years old. He's got
Yep.
years ahead of him to get better and better. But
Yeah,
nowadays, Chad, people want to overglaze players.
yeah.
Like, let them develop before we start overdoing the
I
analysis
think
on
the
players.
reason that we were linked to him because to make the squad, you younger.
Because I'll ask you, Martinez. Now, don't be wrong, great keeper. I rate
Yeah.
him highly. Do you
Mm-hmm.
can you see him leaving the club this summer, or do you think he'll stay again another year?
Oh well, going by the victory parade tonight, but he seems quite happy. So Unless it's down to these agents.
Yeah, because I just think that you've got a great base spine there. Obviously got Conte as well. Maybe a centre back sort of to come in to help improve the quality overall
Centre
there.
back, winger. Does it with a new right back?
A striker long term, a young striker. Because I like Abraham, but he's someone better. He's someone better than that. Abraham was
Backup for not Kamara. The defensive
yeah.
midfielder.
Well, see, with young strikers, there's a few out there. Like, is it Esposito into Milan as a young player? They got is it Kamada from Milan? Like, there's a good young players you go out there and get right now that will come in. And I think the World Cup as well would be because the World Cup will show a lot of good players that will
Oh,
probably
yeah,
get
it
big.
does.
So that's why I'm excited for the World Cup. But also as well, there's players as well that obviously. I mean, I'm not sure who you go for, but obviously, look at Southampton right now. Obviously, they've just obviously been through
Yeah.
the fans don't deserve that at all. They've been brilliant, but
Gate scandal, yeah.
well, it's a shame because like we've watched, you've obviously watched the FA Cup, whatever, kind of stuff, and how good they were then. Like they've got a good squad of players that obviously will do. I think if they've gone up,
There are some gems for three in the championship.
what was it? Cienza and Perez, the keeper, very good. Like it's what's that for? Champion, like even Coventry will be a team next year that will be
Oh, I mean, for example, if Tottenham go down, we could even get the likes of Paulinho. Oh,
I tell you,
players
right,
like that,
Van
they
der
will
Ven at
under
Villa.
then, yeah.
Van der Ven at Villa. Imagine Van der Ven at your defence right
Oh,
now.
see, I can imagine that, yeah.
So, but again, I say, hopefully, again, West Ham win, Villa, Everton beat Tottenham. Then I'm sure everyone will be happy with that one
Yes.
because I like West Ham. West Ham for me are a good fan base. Just run poorly.
Yeah.
That club run poorly. But yeah,
Also, as a Man City fan, how do you feel missing out on the Premier League title?
it's gutting because like I didn't expect it to even be here. Like I thought start of the year, I thought right, Arsenal should win this now because we lost United, drew 3 times. I thought it was going to be like this was it. Like we'll be second now, but yeah, Arsenal pushed back into the race again. We then beat them 2-1 at home. And I thought right, we're now going to go win it now, and then Everton come along, and then it's like
Yeah.
you can't keep expecting other teams to keep bailing you out because at some point you need to do it yourself and.
Yeah.
That's why for me, I'm not angry about it per se. I'm like, look, it's a learning
Yeah.
curve for this squad and they've got to improve. But it's frustrating because if we just did better in 2 or 3 games, we'd have won the league. That's
I
what's
think
frustrating.
you'll bounce back
Yeah, we
next
will.
season.
We definitely will. Kamaraska will see. I think right. All we got to do is win these games, like Brighton at home, Sunderland away. Cool, right? Yeah, do that. Win the league. Yeah, because it
Also,
sounds easy. But
strengthening.
it's not.
You're strengthening in the right areas because you can improve the squad. Maybe in defence. Go in defence that you're down this season.
Well, obviously, Vardio injured wasn't ideal, but again, Vardio and Diaz, when they're both fit, are a great partnership anyway at the back. I think right back, I like Nunez, but he's a right back long term. But he's the one who plays right back. Left back, you got obviously Riley's playing well there. You got obviously Nori's a young player coming through. It will be a player that will probably have for the future. We've got a good base of a squad. Like apparently, after Elliot Anderson from Forest is a good player.
See, that'd be a good signing.
I think Anderson for me, like especially with Rodri, Anderson, or Reinders, or something that you want to mix up with who you want to put in there. Like we've got a very good squad, champ. Like again, for me, City, this isn't a crisis at City. It's that I think it's a case of like Pep going. Certain players had to go. I think next season, if we get it right, we'll be a team that will be right in there for the Premier League again. And you see,
The maintain consistency.
yeah, exactly. I mean, look, the Champions League's a hard one because you know yourself, right? With knockouts, it doesn't. The best team doesn't always win.
Yeah.
It's all about getting over the line. So that's different. But yeah,
Yeah, to go in City to do is figure out different ways to come back stronger. Then also, you've still got plenty of experience.
Yeah, exactly. And I think this summer, I think from what I've heard from our sort of end of that, I think we're looking at sort of getting in some quality. I think like we've got a lot of young players already that are all start growing into their roles. Like Hustanov's been a good player this year. He's just got better and better. Obviously, you've got a player we got on loan at Girona who's done really well. Got a couple of players there, so we have players that are good players that will get chances to play for us. Like for me, one player that I think has been brilliant for us, also for England, we've played is Nico O'Reilly. Nico O'Reilly's been exceptional this season. I think young player of the year should be his. Should be
Yeah,
his.
top player he is.
Like Cherky as well, quality player again. First year in England, I wouldn't say he's been perfect, but 12 assists in your first year is incredible for your first year in England. Like
Not bad for your first year.
like yeah, it's City, but for him as a player from France into England into a big league, coming in and doing what he's done, I think he's been exceptional. But if I had to give young player of the year, I'd give it to O'Reilly purely for how good he's been for for England, also for City as well. So yeah.
Girls, are you still Erling Haaland? Erling Haaland can't stop scoring.
Oh
He's been
yeah,
contributing with
yeah.
assists as well.
Well, he's fourth, isn't he, on assist issue? It's like what? It's like 9 assists, 10 assists. For, like it's what I mean. People go about Haaland being a one-trick pony, but he's doing a lot more creativity now on the ball. Like
He
I
is.
think with Pep, he's been brilliant, but Maresca will probably bring a bit more out in terms of goals, a bit more now. Because again, as a player, he's been brilliant. He's getting better and better every year. I think if he stays in the Premier League, he'll definitely beat Shearer's record. He will.
Yeah.
I think he will. But I think personally, I think he'll stay in England just to get that record. Obviously, a few more leagues, probably in a Champions League with us.
And you got Norway in the World Cup.
Do you know what it is, right? Now, obviously, you've got a Sunday first, but the World Cup, I think Norway can do well. You know, Norway could go
That
far
wouldn't be a dark horse.
because Norway against France, Mbappe versus Haaland. Yeah, is that
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good battle.
Look, England is a whole different conversation, but but I think for other teams like Norway and that, or even like Morocco, teams like that, or Ghana, like
Yeah.
the World Cup for me, I love watching other teams play from my own team. I don't want to watch England, so I just want to watch other teams play because. But again, but no, it'll be. I think the World Cup as well for the clubs as well because you can look at players that are doing well there, get them in on a good price as well. So that's what I'm going to say. I think this summer's going to be interesting to see who's got the squad next year. That's for sure.
So we're going towards the end of the podcast. So we've got 2 more questions. So what is your thoughts on Unai Emery's comments about Yuri Tielemans saying he's untouchable? So is it like he's not staying at with Villa?
I think he's been honestly. Yuri Tielemans. Like, no, look, he's not Kevin De Bruyne, but who is Kevin De Bruyne at this point? Like Yuri's a great player in his own right, but even he would say, "I'm not Kevin De Bruyne." Like again, this is me having a go. Like, I love Tielemans. Brilliant at Leicester. Villa's been. I mean, Villa a bit of a slow start, but he's got himself properly.
Well, that's nice. He was influential
He was
in the
brilliant.
victory. To so much control.
Well, look at Belgium. You got him. You got obviously KDB's one last one probably at 34. You got obviously Doku, who's been good this year. Like Belgium have a good young team. After a generation of great players, they've got more players coming through. So I think Yuri for me has been exceptional. Honestly, I mean him and John McGinn together have been brilliant. Like John McGinn, right? Honestly, that guy gets older. Yeah, he's aging brilliant. Like the way he's gone from championship, scoring bangers like Neves was for Wolves, and he's still going strong. Honestly, but John also the fact that he's playing for Scotland at the World Cup is brilliant as well. Like honestly, honestly it's got to go far. Wow, he can have a great season.
So what
Honestly,
is next? First, our midfield is the strongest area in the team.
Kamara, McGinn, Tielemans, even Onana as well is a good player that's come in as well. Like you, but Bogard, I mean, I'd say he's decent. I wouldn't say he's like first team.
I
Like,
mean, when you return that when he was injured, you could really tell and notice what it was like without him.
Massively, yeah. And I think he's growing to be one of the most important players in the squad. I think that last night proved exactly why. Like your midfield last night, won you the game. Simple. Yeah, it did. Big goals.
So what it is, Luke, just in order to be successful, just you need to keep your best players if you can.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think this summer I think Rodgers for me, like people are like, oh, would City go back for him? Like, well, no. Like Palmer and Rodgers, I like them both, but again, we've already got Foden and Cherky. Like that's like it's pointless us getting more players in that area. I think if I'm Rodgers, right? If let's say you like coming from I'd say no because again, you can't trust
Yeah.
United because again, how many times do they keep doing this? Where they're like, oh, Carrick's doing well, we're back. We all know at some point Carrick ain't going to do well because Carrick, long term manager, won't get much better than this because about Borough proved it. So long term, you'll start seeing the effects of his football not working out. I think if I'm Rodgers, I say Villa.
Yeah.
Not because I'm just saying that. I think just because the rest of the teams in the top six, barring us,
Champions League, he's got an elite coach.
yeah, I think you got all the tools there to go win more trophies as well. I think if I'm Emery next season, go for a cup like a Carabao or FA
Yeah.
Cup because I think for you guys to have another trophy as well, it breeds more
Yeah.
mentality. It breeds more. I think so. I
Winning
think
mindset.
exactly. That's like winning trophies breeds that mentality to win more. That's probably why that Europa League was because if you had lost it, right, I think it'd been quite catastrophic. Because you qualified UCL anyway. You've done it by winning the tournament as well. Like you've won the tournament. Like you you beat Forest, who by the way played well in Europa League as
Yeah.
well. I think if that was Forest and Arsenal, I mean, Christ, probably that would have been sorry, Forest development a bad final, but I think you might sort of get Freiburg. I mean, Freiburg got a bad team, but Freiburg just haven't got the players in their team to sort of do that. So yeah.
And Luke, before I let you go, just what is your thoughts on Enzo Maresca before we finish?
Maresca, people are going to say that he's very overrated, not good at that, but people just don't. People want to see things on that. Remember Enzo Maresca's a guy that he's got experience of Leicester, the one at Chelsea. He knows the club really well. Obviously, having been obviously assistant manager with
Yeah.
Pep, so he's been there. He knows the club, knows most of the players as well. I think it's the perfect stopgap. Because again, I get that Enrique company know what you're looking at long term. I get
Yeah.
that, but you don't want to have a big manager after another big manager. It's a massive jump because it's like a lot going on there. Whereas if you have a Maresca, it's similar but different. So it's a bit more of a change of direction, but not too drastic. So I think he'll do very well for us. I reckon.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Before you go, what's your score prediction?
Well, last time it was 3-2 in it, but obviously that's gonna. Well, if that happens again, it'd be funny, but it doesn't mean a lot now. I'm gonna say 3-1 City. I think we'll win because this is the last game for us. Obviously, yeah, we want to win for Pep. Obviously,
You know
if
what? I'll make me that same score now.
because if it was the final day, it's a whole different game. It's a whole different game because even if you're on the beach yourself, you're like, "Oh, last game against
Yes.
City, let's get stuck in." Whereas
Yes.
now, like, no one cares. Both of us are on the
Who
beach now.
cares?
Yeah,
Yes.
I've got
But,
trophies. You're on the beach, Europa League. We're both relaxing. So,
well, thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick, for your time.
no worries,
I
mate.
always enjoy talking to you.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, as always. And yeah, I always appreciate coming on and chat to you, mate. I look forward to exactly as well. With you. Good.
Well, thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure to subscribe on YouTube. Getting close to 2K. Give you a follow on TikTok. Smash the likes on this video. Spread the word and give it a share on all your socials. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to wrap up this episode with Villa forever, as always, and up the Villa.